Alrighty, hello. Welcome to Double Seven Productions. I am Vic Bloom. I'm actually here alone tonight, so because my actual colleagues are out there on track, they get to do this race. You got Logan Simmons and Justin Krasinski out there on the field tonight. So I'm all alone. This is the Charlotte Roval 100 for the Elite JoinAPS series. And as they wait here on the grid for, I believe there's a number of people not gridded up yet, let's go through the starting grid so I don't have to do that later. We got Logan Simmons and Logan Shea on the front row. Sean LeSure and Justin Krasinski in the row behind them. Chad Frankenfield, Stephen Mago, Jeremy Yancey, Ethan Burrell, Brady Clark, J.R. Bolden, Josh Clark, Kyle, I'm not going to try to pronounce your last name. I heard you say it in qualifying or in practice. I will not attempt that one tonight. The 5 car. Andrew Rucker, he starts 13th. Brandon Key, 14th. Both those cars, of course, out of the JKR stables. Josh Adams and Levi Zielinski. Robert Hill and Rusty Capel. Josh Furr and David Westongreen. Ethan Riesener and Scott Haney. Joe Torres, Dylan Hickey, Kendall Player, Chris Jordan, and all the rest of the field. We have Logan Simmons, of course, on pole. I believe this is his first pole in Elite, which is amazing and fantastic for him. Hopefully everybody is as happy for Logan Simmons as I am. He's in that Panorate car that I painted, and I'm biased as heck as to say that's probably one of the best looking cars on track tonight. This track is a frame killer, so if there is frame issues for the stream, I cannot control that. 100%, this is just the track. I know there's probably going to be frame issues at some point. There's just a lot of cars. There's 33 cars here, and that's a lot. And there's already a lot for this track that you have to load in. So 33 cars is not helping the situation on frames. Hopefully everybody understands that. And these guys also, this start is going to be a little bit different tonight. We got the regular start is normally on green flag is when the start happens, but because of the way that the green flag comes out here in the last chicane on the front stretch, that is not going to be the case tonight. The case tonight is going to be restarts will be done, I believe, at the start-finish line. Also, if there's a caution for whatever reason, these guys will 100% have to be on their toes because it'll be single file. These will be single file restarts if need be. I don't know why they're going too wide in the chicane right now. That's kind of funny. Either way, thank you for joining me tonight for this Roval 100. You will hear a green flag more than likely, and I will see it, but I will not acknowledge it because it is not the actual green flag, because the green flag will fly as far as the league is concerned when they hit the start-finish line, or when leader hits start-finish line. 44 laps tonight, for anybody that might be wondering. I see green flag is flying, but that is not going to be the case. Green flag flies right now. Green flag is out. Logan Simmons leading them off, his first elite pole. Ooh, there's frame rates in that corner. It's not good. Also, some of these camera angles are tricky. I don't understand why certain camera angles are hidden behind other things. It's an iRacing problem. I tried to fix it, and I couldn't. Side by side back here for a while back. They're all single filed out up front. Go to a farther camera angle so you can see as many cars as I can possibly show you. I believe we had 3 or 4 cars not start this one. Or if they started, they are starting from the pit lane. Logan Simmons out to a half a second lead right now. Everybody's pretty spread out. Got Dylan Gooden back here making his series debut. He was just in a minor battle. someone has lost it up here. I don't know who that is. It might be Logan Shea. Yeah, Logan Shea looks like he is already got terminal damage to his car. So that's unfortunate for Logan Shea. This final chicane is going to be a hot spot for issues, I have a feeling. But I know that bus stop chicane is going to also be as big of a hot spot. We got a battle kind of going on between first and second. Of course, Logan Simmons and Justin Krasniewski. These guys are road course ringers, arguably. Let's actually take a ride on board with the number 4 of Justin Krasniewski. Oh, and the 75 hits the wall. Go on board with him now. I don't believe these guys are going to need to make a pit stop, but I think Logan Simmons might have to make an exception to that one. He might end up making a pit stop just for that damage on that right side. See a lot of the field back here. Everybody making it through the bus stop pretty well this time. And Jacob Evanson having to miss the bus stop as well as Rusty Capel not to have an issue. That is, oh, Scott Haney saves it. Go back to the front of the field. Simmons is now almost a second behind Krasniewski. I'm messing up Justin's last name hard, and I'm so sorry. '29's in the wall. I don't know if there was contact. It's hard to watch everything and see nothing, but I promise you I'm trying to watch as much as I can as an official and as a broadcaster. Trying to catch all the action ongoing on the track. It's a lot of numbers to look at, though, to achieve that. Really like this shot through the bus stop. Try to show it as much as possible. I believe somebody might have spun. Correction, nobody did spin there. I thought somebody had. Go back toward the front of the field. Stephen McGough putting some pressure on the 5 car of you know what? I'm not going to try to say his name. Kyle in the 5 car. I know better than to just butcher it. Joe Torres in the pit lane. He's unfortunately, it looks like his night's going to come to an end early on, just like Logan Shea. A lot of these guys already having a bunch of damage. Logan Simmons, of course, now catching Justin Krasniewski in the 4 car. Sorry, words are not my thing today. They just aren't ever my thing. It seems like every time I'm broadcasting, they just aren't my thing. Looks like Jacob Evanson in the 51. He's just letting everybody go by at this point. He, I think at this rate, he just doesn't want to be in another incident. No real battles ongoing right now on the track other than Ethan Riesener catching Josh Adams. I didn't have to look at timing and scoring to see that one. See the name, that is, for the 88. I would know that paint scheme anywhere. That's what I love about these guys, not changing up paint schemes every single week. Some of them are easily identifiable, just like Adams is. Brady Clark side by side with Stephen McGough. Oh, this isn't going to work, boys. Not into the chicane. Oh, and the 45 or the 14 stuffs it. Stuffs it in the wall. Oh no, Brady Clark. Oh no. You are stuck, son. Early night to his or early end to his night as well tonight. Like a lot of the people getting caught up at the bus stop. It's unfortunate to see that, but it does happen. Time to time. I knew we'd see it at some point tonight, and there it was. So Torres, Shea, and Clark all exiting the race early, it seems. Back toward the front of the field, Krasnitsky pulling out a lead of almost 2 seconds, 1.7 seconds right now. Looks like there's a minor battle between these Mustangs right here. Rucker, Adams, and Gooden, or Gooden. I'm going to say Gooden because that's how you spell it. Only a few laps into this, and as expected, these guys aren't exactly side by side through every corner. Of course, smart decision there for Rucker not to race side by side into the bus stop. That's, as we just seen a few laps ago, that was not a good idea for anybody else to do. Chris Jordan and Brandon Key, 2 JKR cars making it to the bus stop safe right now. No real side-by-side stuff going on. Just trying to show you as much as I can. 95 and 9 side-by-side battle. This is for position. Oh, they both overshoot the last bus stop. The 26 is around on the last one. Don't know if there was contact there. Let's see if we can find out. Doesn't look like there's going to be contact. Nope, just loses it on entry. Oh, it's unfortunate. Two Toyotas out front. Wishing these were Supras. That'd be gnarly, for lack of a better term. Sorry if I'm missing anything. I'm trying to keep track of all the action on track. There's a 75 hitting the wall again. Unnecessary mistakes by Logan Simmons. That's 37 in the wall. There's still this ongoing battle between Gooden and Adams that it's about half a second if timing and scoring is to be believed. Well, looks like Sean Lejeune, or Lechier, or however you say his name, the 67, has gotten by the 15 of Chad Frankenfield. He is now in third place. There's no real side-by-side action on track. I'm trying to show as best racing as I can. Adams, Rucker, kind of side-by-side. It looks like Gooden has gotten by Adams and Rucker both now, so Rucker probably gonna stay behind Adams unless Adams makes a bigger mistake. I know Adams has said he hadn't had any confidence going into this race, so I guess we'll see how that one ends up. A lot of Ford Mustangs out here today. Looks like David Westinggreen is going to join the crashed cars in the pit lane. Lap traffic now playing a factor. Just about 10 laps into this one, there was a car spun around. I believe that's going to be the 14 car. Spun around on the front stretch. Trying to catch all the action. Cody McCorkle trying to make some moves on Yancey, Jeremy Yancey. Haven't said that name tonight. First time for everything. Like J.R. Bolden now on track. The 88 having issues behind him. I don't know if Bolden was on track. It's not showing it on timing and scoring. I believe Riggs is back in the pit lane, yeah. Hopefully not night over for Riggs. Robert Hill Jr. having some kind of issue in turns 3 and 4. See if we can go back and see what happened. Oh, I don't know if there was contact. Hopefully there wasn't contact there. It's too far back for me to see a good angle of any incidents. This track is massive at 2.24 miles long. Justin has checked out by 3 seconds. Logan Simmons checked out by 3 seconds over Frankenfield and LeSure. Kind of an ongoing battle between the 5 and 37. Birrell and Kyle in 5. I'm going to step away. The action won't. I'll be back. Yeah, and I am back. I had to get a drink of water and check my Snapchat. I am back. Seeing the 40 go around. There was a car in the wall. I believe there's McCorkle in 1. Seeing a lot of action while I was gone. This isn't a battle position. I believe Hill is a lap down to the 28 of Clark. There's 3 Toyotas in this race, and there's a car stopped on exit there. The bus stop, or of the chicane. Oh, Chris Jordan, something has happened to him. What has gone wrong with Chris Jordan? And is it going to show me? What has gone wrong with my man? No, it is not going to show me, but he is in the pit lane now. See a lot of these cars with damage on them. I think the only cars without damage are the 4, the 15, 37. Weston Green are allowed to cut the chicane there. He came to a sufficient enough slowdown. There's the 86, he doesn't have damage. Oh, yes he does, never mind. I spoke too soon. So Chris Jordan joining everybody in the pit lane. They're having a pit lane party down there. Joe Torres, Logan Shea. I believe Tyler Riggs. Yeah, Tyler Riggs in the pit lane as well. Weston Green's coming to a halt on the front stretch, allowing cars to go by him as he's being lapped. We have currently 16 on the lead lap. This is your final lead lap card, the number 8 of, or I'm sorry, no, the 94 of Peter Heward. Or no, it is Peter Heward, sorry. Yeah, the number 8, Peter Heward. I don't know why. I'm getting all mixed up right now. There's a smoker. That is going to be the 45 of Arcara. Looks like it might be unfortunate night end for him. Oh, was there contact right there? 1 second, we gotta go back and check. Do not believe there was contact, but unfortunately it looks like it's gonna be night end for Arcara as well. A lot of these guys struggling tonight. These stock cars are not easy to get around this 2.24 mile Roval at Charlotte. 29 laps left in this one. Caution is going to fly. Don't know, it might be for the Arcara incident. Ooh, and there's frame drops galore with the yellow flag coming out. That is not a stream problem. That is an iRacing problem. Looks like yellow flag is going to fly here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Roval 100. 29 laps left of this one. Gonna see if I can get a word with one of the officials and find out what the caution's for. So I'll be back. appears the caution is going to be for a car stopped on the front stretch with contact. That is what I was informed. I don't know. I didn't see it, so I might be wrong. It could be the Arcara incident. Honestly, it could be a lot of things. It was a number of things that could have created a caution there. Looks like Reasoner and Adams probably going to be staying out. It looks like, yeah. Adams and Reasoner are going to stay out under this yellow. Sort of get you some off the pit lane action. Like Simmons going to get a bunch of his damage fixed. He's going to give up all of his positions to get that damage fixed. This is 1 to green right now as we speak. This is single file restart. Leader has to go when they hit the start finish line, so and I do believe it is 1 to green, but I always could be wrong. Road course cautions are weird. It does appear there is going to be another lap of caution. Pace car lights are still on, of course. If people keep pitting, it's just going to extend the caution even longer. It's unfortunate, but yes, Ethan Reasoner, the 86 car, I believe this is going to be his first laps led in the iRacing series for Elite. This is going to be the final lap of caution for the moment. go through 3 and 4. It's going to be green flag when I believe they get to the start finish line. I don't exactly remember what the restart rule is going to be. I know the initial start was different than the restarts, so I don't know if it's on green or when it is. Reasoner going. It's leader's choice.
Green flag, green flag.
A lot of people coming to pit lane as well. And Krasniqi makes a quick pass there on Reasoner. Jeez. Commentary alone is rough. Reasoner getting passed by the first 3 now. Chad Frankenfield side by side with Justin Krasniqi. Somebody stop there. It is the one of Bolden. I had to go tell some officials to throw a yellow for that incident. It's unfortunate, hate to see it, but it is what it is. Everybody had to throw a yellow there to give the guys that just got caught up in that incident with the one car a fair opportunity to have a chance. Let's actually see if we can go get a replay of that one. It might be a ways back, but let's see if we can get a replay. That's too far back. There we go. The chopper camera. And the one stops and everybody's dodging, and then this pack of cars and the 9 gets involved. And then the 26 gets hit. Multiple car incident. Unfortunate, hate to see it, but that is a yellow, and Chad Frankenfield gonna take the lead now over Sean Lejour, Kyle, and Krasniqi. And then you got Clark, Reasoner, Gooden, Key, Mago, Player in the top, rounding out the top 10. I don't know how the lead changed. I was too busy telling the officials they needed to throw a yellow. I missed it. I mean, I can go see if I can find it. Let's go. That's actually probably not a bad idea. Alright, let's see. Just a few laps ago, it appears, so see if we can find where it changes. This is before the incident occurred. Oh, contact. That's how the lead changed, right there. Contact between the 15 and the 4 car. I'm actually going to see if I can get a word with Justin Kuznetsky.
I'm not going to give him any room on that
Justin,
one. So.
Vic Bloom and the
I mean, we're in
broadcaster.
this corner right here. You know,
You're
I'm
not-
doing 45 miles an hour or whatever through the corner and just get
You're not in your channel
run
anymore.
over.
You're not in your channel anymore.
What happened?
You're not in your channel anymore. Moved you.
That is
Justin
fantastic.
Kuznetsky. Well, I wanted to get your point of view of what happened with Chad.
I mean, I don't even know, Vic. I'm not very happy about it. I mean, it started with Mega staying out. I don't really understand the call to stay out at that point. We needed the fuel anyways, and every other car in the field came. You're going to end up parking in front of somebody, and he didn't really hold me up, but at the same time, you know, instead of being leader and getting to go, and I had to wait and go around him in a non-passing zone, really, and, you know, Chad caught up to me, and I was just trying to be careful. I mean, we still got 25 laps to go at the time, and stuff happens, and I'm not upset about it. It happens. He made a mistake, but at the same time, you know, now we're in a really bad spot here with having to light up the rear tires to get going again. So we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. Obviously, we got plenty of time. Car's got speed still. We just gotta find a way at this point. So do what we usually do.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looked like it was an unfortunate incident. I wasn't sure if the weird part about that is that there was so many incidents going on at one time. Yeah, the one car spun around, causing a multi-car incident in turn one, almost a track blockage, I would say. And then I didn't actually know what happened to you until I went back and looked at it after, and it's unfortunate. Either way, good luck out there. Hopefully you can get the lead back.
Thanks, Vic. Appreciate it.
See, yeah, Justin very not happy there, understandably. Gonna step away. I'll keep the action on track on screen, and I'll be back. As we see him coming down the backstretch into the chicane, pace car lights out, meaning we're going to go green this time. We got Chad Frankenfield, Sean Leger, Kyle in the 5, Justin Kuznitsky, and Josh Clark running your top 5. We got Gooden, Key, Mago, Simmons, and Player behind them. A lot of lapped cars between Simmons and Player, it looks like. That's going to be rather interesting. 21 laps to go. It'll be 20 at the line. Be just over. Now we're over halfway now through that caution. 2 cautions now for the first half of the race. Hopefully that's the final cautions, but as they're going green, Chad Frankenfield back on the loud pedal.
Green flag, green flag.
Hopefully everybody takes it easy here. Looks like they're going to make it through 1 just fine. Kuznitsky trying to make his way back up through the field. Gonna pass the 5 car. Side by side, and he goes easily past him. They JoinAPS machine, of course, JoinAPS, the series sponsor. Lejour trying to make a move on Frankenfield, probably not going to be close enough this time to make that move into the bus stop. Simmons sideways through the bus stop exit. I just really like watching them go through the bus stop. Justin hunting. He is hunting his prey right now in Frankenfield. He wants that first position back. He wants those laps led. Of course, Justin in here just for fun, doing 3 races this season. He already's done Atlanta. He's doing this track at this race, and then in a few weeks he will be back out on track again in Austin at Circuit of the Americas. They'll be doing both road courses. It's like Jason Goodbout gonna be stopped in 1. Hopefully there wasn't contact. I'm sure he just missed his braking point. Hard to tell. Hickey around in the flowers. Charlotte Motor Speedway definitely won't like that later. Top 3 still pretty close right now. Evanson down pit lane. Top 3. I think LeSure is looking for his first win of the season. He made his debut, if I'm not mistaken, 1 or 2 weeks ago. And now he's in the top 3. He's battling for this position in 2nd place. 4 are going to make quick work. And 3 in NASCAR, 3 and 4. That's what I'm going to call it. I don't actually know the corner names here. Justin not gonna stop stalking his prey in the 15 of Frankenfield. We're about to have a race on our hands. Side by side, Frankenfield, Krasniqi. Frankenfield loses out on that battle. I believe Kendall Player is having an issue. He, I don't know if he has been spun or if he went around on his own. Let's check. And it looks like it's going to be alone. Justin back. Justin, of course, in the lead now. Yeah, he's getting by. Sorry, let me try that again. He's gotten by Chad. Little tongue-tied. Hill and Reason are side by side, sort of. Reason are getting by Hill, I believe. Oh, Heward. Peter Heward is trying to get a sneaky move made there, and it's not going to pay off for him. It doesn't look like that move is going to happen. Got a number of ongoing battles on the track. Trying to keep track of them all, but obviously it's impossible to do that. Two JKR cars, the 99 and 37. Quick work done there. Key gonna try to look just to the inside ever so slightly. He's not gonna be a move that he makes. It's like Jason Goodbout gonna be night over more than likely. Unsure of what happened to him. He wasn't running very well, and it might just be a decision he made to end his night. I'm not sure. Doesn't look like that car had more damage than it already had. Of course, I could be wrong, and likely am. 95 overshoots the final bus stop, final chicane there. Oh no, Heward put him in the wall. Hill keeps it going though. Not much action on track right now. Logan Simmons hunting down 8th place Ethan Burrell. Let's take a ride on board with Logan Simmons in the 75 as he hunts down the 37. Logan abusing those tires. "13 laps left in this one. It's been a long race already. Guys are probably going to be very happy when this one's done. Rucker trying to get top 14 right now. He's currently in 15th, and he's going to get that move done here in 1. Robert Hill seems to be having a problem with that last chicane. '27 going to make a move on the 28, sorry. So looks like that's not going to be a move he makes, but Burrell trying to make a move on McGo. Simmons has almost lost sight of Burrell. About 2 seconds behind him. Burrell trying to make work of McGo. Probably going to do him on the oval. Probably going to get by him on the oval. Side by side on the oval. Yep, and he's made that move work. Great for Burrell, getting up to 7th place now. Next car to track down is Gooden. They are a while behind Gooden. McCorkle might be out of this one. Or he's making a pit stop. It looks like it might be both. Trying to find an on-track battle right now. There doesn't appear to be one for position. Ten laps to go now. Justin Krasnitsky leading this one. Still, he's led 24 laps today. The only other person that has led is Riesener and Frankenfield. And I'm sorry, Simmons has led a lap as well. Let's go through the field here. We've got Justin Krasnitsky, Chad Frankenfield, 2nd place. Sean LaJour, I don't know how to say your last name. I think it's LaSure. Kyle, I would try to pronounce his last name, but good luck with that. Pokfricki? I don't know. Dylan Gooden, Josh Clark, Ethan Burrell, Stephen McGo, Logan Simmons, Brandon Key running at your top 10. In 11th place, we got Kendall Noah Player, Ethan Riesener, Andrew Rucker, Peter Heward, Robert Hill, and then you got Dylan Hickey. He rounds out our elite lap cars. Frankenfield catching Justin. Hopefully this pass goes better than the last one, or at least attempt at a pass goes better than the last attempt at a pass. Hill moving out of the way of the leaders, very respectful, very Canadian. Frankenfield now about 4/10 behind Justin. Three tenths and catching into the bus stop, or in the final chicane. Almost trying to make a move there. The 40's around on exit. Believe it's gonna stay green for that side by side in turn one. Arguably turn one like B. Frankenfield can't get it done. This is where he got it done last time, but he moved Justin in order to do it. Not gonna happen this time. Frankenfield abusing those tires, trying to make this work. Next car for them to pass is the 58 of Chris Jordan. He drives for Justin, so I don't expect him to. Yeah, he of course isn't going to hold them up. He's going to let them race. Justin now pulling about half a second gap. Frankenfield so good into the braking zones. The lap car, Peter Heward, moving out of their way. I believe Logan Simmons is out of this one. He has left the lobby, so it does appear he is done. Not entirely sure what happened to him. This battle up front now, it's definitely heating up. They got lap cars in front of them. Dylan Hickey and I believe they had another one. They had a Napa car, and they moved out of the way of McCorkle. Two tenths separating this. Almost side by side going onto the oval. Mind you, these guys are 5.5 seconds in front of third place. That's third place. Chad gonna try to make a move. Absolutely not gonna happen. Closing the door does Justin. 5 laps left in this one. Going to take this ride on board with Chad. See what he's doing to try to catch Justin. Frankenfield definitely trying to make this, it's almost a repeat of last week where the leaders, they weren't decided until this late in the race who was going to win this one. I believe he's going to try to make that happen as well. Of course, Frankenfield trying to get max points because Justin's points really don't matter. But Justin trying to start out the second half of this season with the points lead so he can say he's the points leader going into next week when he is back in the broadcast booth with me. Of course, next week is Talladega, so they go from road course racing to super speedway racing. We'll see just as many junked cars there, I'm sure. Almost, Chad. Almost made that move. Three laps. Chad's got to make that move. I hope he doesn't plan on doing a dive bomb into the final chicane on the last lap. That would be really, really unfortunate. It's now 8/10 back from Justin. Reasoner, the next car they're lapping. Reasoner stays out of the way. Of course, Reasoner, the only person not named Simmons, Krasnitsky, or Frankenfield that has led today. But with him being lapped, that puts 12 on the lead lap, with Andrew Rucker being the final car on lead lap. Something has happened to Dylan Hickey. I just noticed something had happened to him. What has happened to Dylan Hickey? Not missing any live action, of course, because Frankenfield is now about a second and a half almost behind Justin. Oh, it looks like Hickey's engine just blew on him. Oh, that's unfortunate. You hate to see it, but it does happen. I believe Peter Heward's going to be out of this as well. Lap car 26 of Riggs, Tyler Riggs. Currently got a battle going on. 37 is trying to pass the 28. So Burrell trying to get by Clark, trying to battle with him at the very least. Burrell makes this move to the inside. Not there. Two laps left in this one. Frankenfield has to catch a second in that time. This is going to be the battle for the win. Hill getting all the way out of the way of the leaders. Very respectful. Frankenfield definitely catching him in this final lap. He's pushing mad. Slight hit of the wall there by the 4. Frankenfield probably going to look to the right side. No, he's going to the left. Dummies him. Oh, Frankenfield off. And he will not win this race because of that. Oh, Justin Krasniqi wins it. Sean LaSure coming home 3rd. The 5 series debut for Kyle. Again, I would try to say this guy's last name, but I will pass on that one. See Burrell trying to make a move. So there's 5th and 6th. Dylan Gooden, series debut. Pretty clean car. Very, very slight damage to the left rear. He'll come home 7th. 8th place will be Stephen McGough. And this is 9th place, almost a lap behind everybody. Of course, Brandon Key back there in 10th, behind Kendall. Oh, Andrew Rucker trying to make a move on his teammate. That will not work. He will be the final one to finish on the lead lap. McCorkle stopped on the track. And a lot of these guys finishing up their races. If Reasoner is going to be the final person to cross the line. Possibly. Yeah, Justin's going to do his burnouts. Today's winner. Of course, we'll get top 3 interviews. So we will get Krasniqi, Frankenfield, and possibly LaSure if he's in here. Otherwise, we will get anybody else, possibly. We might have some others interviewed. Of course, it's tribute to Alan Kulwicki, the Polish victory lap. He's also going to go to the backstretch. He's going to do burnouts here, isn't he? Yes, he is. Justin very, very, very happy he has won this race. Understandably so. It's not easy winning these things. Let's go through the results. Krasniqi, Frankenfield, LaSure, Krefke, as Chris has now helped me out in saying, Josh Clark, Ethan Burrell, Dylan Gooden, Steve McGough, Kendall Player, and Brandon Key round out your top 10. It's the rest of the field. It's 33 people sign up for this race. I believe 30 starters. Very impressive for a Roval race. Everybody loves a Roval. Justin going to do more burnouts on the front stretch. gonna step away, get a drink of water, and then I'll do some interviews. All right, got Justin Kuzniski from Victory Lane. Man, that was a fantastic win. I wasn't sure that Chad was going to let you just win that one. He definitely tried to. He definitely tried his best to win that one. So let's talk about your race. That was you led 34 of the 44 laps today. Very, very, very great job. Uh, let's talk about those final few laps. Do you feel any pressure from Chad?
Yeah, thank you. It was a great night, obviously. The 4 car was really good. We expected to be good. Obviously, that's why we're here. We're running well. The thing was, I understand it was a mistake from Chad. I wish he would have been a little bit more patient. It was lap 21, I think, so we weren't even halfway through the thing yet. But it happens. Mistakes happen. Didn't run over on purpose. But, at that point, I was just worried having to light the rear tires up that we were going to run out of the rear tires towards the end of the race. We did, but it was good enough. And Chad definitely made me earn it. We had a little bit of trouble with some lap traffic. I think on the last lap, the second to last lap, we caught the 95, and I didn't really know where he bailed to, so I kind of missed a corner and gave up about a half second. But it's always fun racing Chad. We've raced Chad all the way back to the Street Stock Series, and I respect him enough, and I know that he was gonna make a good move for the win, but not like a dirty move. So I was expecting it. I was ready for it. Put a pretty good defense on, I felt like, and I chopped him a couple of times just trying to protect. But I knew he had enough respect for me and mutual respect for both of us that we were going to have a good race and hopefully a clean race if neither of us made any mistakes. So I was happy with it, and the pressure was there, but I felt pretty confident that we could get the job done.
Yeah, he definitely looked like he was trying to make a move on you in that final lap. In the final chicane, it seemed to be the only place he was really really catching you, really better, I guess. He was better in the braking zone there, but you were better on exit. But you did a great job, as you said. I think Chad really tried to make it 2 weeks in a row where the finish just fantastic, and I think we got that tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you said, I mean, for whatever reason, when the tires wore, I was expecting the front tires to wear heading back onto the oval at turn 8, the left-hander. Just that's where I felt tire wear in the Fun Trucks race that we ran here and in this race and practice leading up to this. And we got that to a point, but when the tires wore after that spin and after a couple of restarts, I really struggled in the last chicane. I don't know why. It was through braking. It was on turn in. It was the whole thing. But like you said, another great finish. And obviously, Talladega next week, we're going to probably have 4 wide for the win like we've seen in some of the truck races past. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, I completely agree. And of course, you'll be back in the broadcast booth for that one. Should
Oh,
be fantastic.
let me back.
Yeah, I'm going to let you back. I'm going to hope that you come back at least. You currently are the points leader, though. I do have to
Oh,
inform
wow.
you of that.
That is fantastic news, I guess. But
I
kind of
thought
useless.
that's what you were doing this race for, to become the points leader.
Oh, well, we've been the points leader a couple times, a couple time champion, but it's good to, have that for the week, and we'll definitely display it. But of course, it's not going to carry over unless everybody doesn't show up at Coda or something. So it's cool. But yeah, I mean, next week obviously it's a good point start for Chad and Sean and those other guys that are new here going for the second half championship.
Yeah, you actually bring up Sean. Sean had a great race. Did you expect that out of him?
Yeah, I saw when we ran that practice like Wednesday night last week or whatever before the super late model race. He showed some good speed, and I was looking at he and Logan Shea. Let's give a shout out to Logan Shea. Logan was really, really fast this week. Unfortunate that he made a mistake really early, like lap 2, I think, ended his night. But I mean, from Sean, I mean, pretty new to the league, and he ran well in that super late model race. And the thing I was worried about with some of these guys, the speed is one thing around here, but I knew with the tire wear and the tricky conditions going through the bus stop and stuff, who was going to be able to keep the consistency to, be able to go every week. And I know that my crew, the JKR crew, definitely prepared for long runs more than, I guess, speed necessarily. And it paid off for the most part, but I was really surprised with how a lot of guys performed today.
Yeah, it was. And speaking of your JKR guys, those guys did a fantastic job out there today. And what do you got to say about them?
Yeah, I mean, we put a lot of hard work into this, and I knew Rebel guys, I knew Chad was going to put in a lot of work, and obviously, like I said, Sean and Logan obviously did their homework as far as putting down good lap times, and it was a fantastic lap from Logan to earn the pole, so he definitely had the flyer figured out. Unfortunately, he couldn't stick up there, but I felt confident in us on the long run. Like I said, that's what we worked on, and this isn't just a testament to me. I mean, obviously, I feel like we had the most to lose here. We were definitely the guys with the targets on our back, but the whole team. I mean, Ethan was about a car length or so short of a top 5, so congrats to Ethan on the 6th place. And then Brandon with another top 10 this week, and Rucker just 1 spot short, an 11th spot, I believe. And then JR was pretty good, and Chris was pretty good. And I know they put in a lot of practice, but just didn't get the results. But it's a testament from top to bottom of how much we put into this week. And a couple weeks from now, Coda hopefully being able to repeat the performance.
Yeah, and I have to agree. Your JKR guys, they did a fantastic job. And as you said, Rucker, just one spot short, but he almost took out his teammate to get that spot in the final lap. It was fantastic to watch. Who you got to thank for putting that car out there on track?
Yeah, of course. I just got to thank Chris from JoinAPS. We haven't seen you in a couple weeks, Chris, but I hope you can come back and join us for a couple more races. Thank you for being on the race car for my starts this year. And obviously, you up in the booth covering for me. I know it's rough being up there by yourself with Logan and I both racing these couple races. And, of course, everybody at JoinAPS, everybody that makes Elite happen, everybody at DSP, putting all the production on together on the back end, hint, just you. But, I mean, everybody top to bottom, Chad for putting on the league, and everybody for putting in the time. I know a couple guys probably struggled a lot this week. Not something we usually do here at Elite, these road courses, especially at a really tricky place like this. It's not like at Coda we're going to have a lot of runoff and, stuff like that. But here, I mean, if you make a mistake in the wrong spot, you're blocking the racetrack. So just a good job by everybody, I think, top to bottom. That's a part of this. And we saw something like 30 cars start the race, maybe 30 cars,
Yeah,
28
it was,
cars,
I believe it was
like
29. 29 was the official, I believe. But I believe 30 did take the start.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just a
29
testament
took
to how
the start,
much
but I
time.
believe 30 actually raced, so which says a lot.
Yeah, that's just a testament to how much time everybody put in and being ready for an event like this. We can still continue to have road course and shake up the schedule a little bit. So I think from everybody at Elite for coming up with a good strategy for the starts and restarts and everything else that went on. It was just a really solid night for everybody in the league, I think.
Yeah, it was great. So if you want to stay in here, do the interview for Chad and Dat Sim Racer is 3rd place. Sean Shore.
I didn't think it was you, so we'll go with that.
All right, we'll bring Chad in here now. Chad Frankenfield, Vic Bloom, and Justin Kroniski up in the broadcast booth. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
It's a great 2nd place finish. It looked like you almost had Justin there at the finish.
Yeah, I felt like I was really strong in the last, like coming out of the oval. So I knew I had a shot. As long as I can get within 0.3 or 0.4 of a second, I knew I had a shot. But after getting into him earlier in the race, it was weird because I barely tapped him, and I guess that's all it took. And I don't race like that. He knows that, and I'm sure that's why he didn't freak out. And I wasn't gonna. I definitely wasn't gonna make it super hard on him to get back by me because it's just, I don't race like that. But I think that kind of threw my mulligan out. Where it, later in the race, if I don't turn him early in the race, maybe I give him a bumper going into the chicane. But and he played perfect defense. I mean, he knew. I'm not sure if he did it on purpose or not, but I'm sure he knew that I was going to end up going over the curb and cutting the corner, and that's that. So it was good. I'm glad with it. Really, it's just when you look at Justin and his road course stuff, he's one of the best, and one of the best you're looking to see on here. And compared to where I was at a season or two ago to now, I really feel like I've arrived finally on here, and to be basically neck and neck with him. I mean, even early in the race, um, when he was on the same set of tires as I was, he was pulling away, but not much at all. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm just glad he raced me clean. I raced him clean, and it was a really good finish, good points day too.
Yeah, in that final corner, actually, you looked to his right multiple times, but that last time, that final lap, he blocked the right side, and you had to go to your left. Do you think that affected the finish? Do you think that affected how the outcome happened?
Um, it's tough. What would have happened most likely is I would have went to the outside, and then we both got into each other, and he probably would have been the one on the other side of the curb, and then it'd be a whole other situation. My car was starting, tires were starting to wear, so my car was pushing up. So as soon as that happened, I knew that um, I was going to have to cross back over. Maybe 4 laps before that, I broke real hard, and I think I flat spotted the tires real bad because after that, the tires weren't the same. But yeah, I mean, either way, I'm really happy with the finish. I mean, it's big, and I'm looking forward to Dakota, especially because it's um, another road course, so we have that in a couple of weeks. But yeah, I mean, like I said, great points day.
Yeah, it was good. If Justin has any questions, he can feel free to ask him.
Yeah, my big thing, obviously, Chad. I appreciate the apology for the contact. I know it wasn't, on purpose or anything like that. We've had plenty of clean races together all the way back to street stocks at USA Elite Race #1 on iRacing. So I know that wasn't the case, and I enjoyed racing hard like we always do, of course. But I was really struggling really hard in the last chicane, and obviously I could tell that you were making really good time through there. And I wasn't sure if it was the tire wear or what it was, but tell me a little bit about what you were seeing as far as your car, where the tires were wearing, where you were making time, where you were struggling a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the last chicane was my best spot on the track. Um, you know, I knew that that's where I was making time up. Um, Turn one, I was okay. Then the infield section of the track, I was solid. Um, Actually, going into that first right-hander, I noticed I was coming way out and then diving into it, where you were kind of not coming all the way out to the outside curb before making the right-handed turn underneath the bridge. So once I saw that, I kind of just followed your line, and that picked up some time. Um, I felt like the backstretch chicane I was starting to hit perfect every lap. Um, you know, I felt the car was strong there. Really coming out of the roll though, or coming out of the infield, that's probably the weakest part for me because the front of the car just kept bouncing, and I just couldn't keep it from doing that. So um, all in all, I mean, the race was awesome. I want to, the drivers were super clean. Everybody was doing a great job. I think the only accidents we had were from just roll accidents where the track was blocked or a guy must have bounced off a curb. And other than that, I got no complaints from drivers, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, actually, speaking of that, while we're on the discussion of cautions, what was the first caution officially for?
Apparently, drivers said that there were cars stopped on the front stretch. One was against the wall, one was in the infield, and apparently there was contact.
Okay.
Multiple drivers saw it, so I called it. Nobody said anything different. And then I guess the second time it was
Yeah,
clear that
second time I called that one. I told Justin to call it.
yeah,
It was the one car was stopped, and there was the 9 and the 26 also involved. It was a track blockage.
But I'm gonna tell you, I mean, it was very obvious that guys practiced. I mean, that's clear. I mean, the fact that we had so many guys finish the race um, is a good sign. Um, you know, other than that, thank you guys for broadcasting, and Talladega's next week, so who knows what's gonna happen there.
Talladega is going to be fun. Anybody got to thank for putting that 15 car out on track tonight?
No, just JoinAPS for sponsoring the series. And my paint scheme tonight was a cool one. It's a Brian Wall Bush North scheme from the late 90s. So I grew up watching Brian Wall in the Bush North series, which is equivalent to K&Ne's now. And so it was cool that Dylan Hickey made that paint scheme for me, and it was neat to be able to drive that car. So yeah, I'm hoping we can just continue to be fast and up front.
All right. Thanks for speaking with us, Chad.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
And we'll get Sean LaShore in here. Sean LaShore, I believe that's how you say your name. I'm not going to lie, I don't actually know.
It's all good. It's leisure for the last
Okay,
time.
leisure. All right, well, noted.
So,
You had a great race tonight. You definitely were up front most of the night. That was for what is this your second or third start with the league?
yeah, this is my second start.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, I couldn't tell. I didn't remember if it was second or third. Either way, you did a great job tonight. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I completely spaced what I was gonna ask Justin. If you have any questions, I had like three, and I just lost them.
Yeah, just I guess the biggest thing, Sean. First of all, I appreciate the room. I was kind of in a little bit of a mini rage there at that point. I was probably gonna boot you if I had to wait too long. But no, in all in all seriousness, I
It's all
mean,
good.
obviously a great run for you, starting up towards the front and ended up with a third place finish tonight. Obviously bodes well for the rest of the season. Hopefully, a couple more road courses coming up on the year, and obviously you have the seat time and the practice to be able to run well. And I guess how do you feel like that's going to translate first to Coda and Watkins Glen coming up, but then hopefully build some momentum to the ovals as well?
I mean, I don't even have Road America Coda yet. So I haven't ran any laps there, but I'm probably gonna do the same thing I did for the Roval, and that's just practice, practice, practice mainly. Try to get faster. Try not to make as many mistakes as I did in this race because that outside wall was not fun for me. That pretty much was glued to it the whole time, and that caused me a couple of mistakes. But let's hope that not to happen at Coda. But I've run some races there in other games, and I think hopefully that'll translate over here.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, obviously, tonight was probably, in my opinion, the trickiest of the three road courses. And as far as looking forward to what the rest of the season, but looking at tonight as well, like what were you struggling with tonight? I know I really struggled for whatever reason through the last chicane. I could not seem to make good lap times and hit that consistently over and over again. But there were a couple places I felt like I was doing pretty good. I felt like in the first run that the bus stop chicane really had some nice grip to it tonight and came to me. Did you have any places that you were really struggling with tonight?
Definitely the last chicane. Definitely. That last chicane, I just couldn't nail it. I would either brake too late, brake too early. I think only like probably one or two times I really nailed it perfectly and got a good run off. But when at the beginning of the race, whenever me and Chad were racing for position, I would always brake harder. He would brake a little bit earlier than me, and he always get the good run off. But that's the issue I had, just run off.
Yeah, absolutely. Vicky, got any questions for Sean?
Yeah, were you impressed with your own performance tonight? Because I mean, obviously, second start in this league, it's got to feel good to run so well in your second start.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm settled with the third. I mean, maybe I could have gone for the win, but held back by damage early on with Chad whenever I got tight, trying to pass him. Hit the wall, bounced off, hit him. Which I'm sad for that because I feel like that affected Chad's performance. But yeah, definitely. Top three is a good way to start off the second half of the regular season.
Yeah, actually, speaking of the second half of the regular season, do you intend on going for the championship in the second half and the overall championship when it comes chase time?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna try my hardest and try to get up there. Hopefully, we can get a couple more top 10, top 5 finishes for the rest of the season. Maybe that'll lock me into the four remaining spots. And yeah.
All right, anybody got to thank for putting that 67 out there on track tonight?
I'd like just to thank JoinAPS for sponsoring the Xfinity Series, but other than that, I ran the paint scheme tonight for people that are at the U.S. Open in Vegas last weekend, and yeah, I'm just shocked.
All right, yeah, thanks for speaking with us, man.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, let's talk about that finish, Justin.
What about do you want to talk about, Vic?
Well, were you surprised that that race only had 2 cautions? I mean, the first half had 2 cautions, the second half had none.
Yeah,
Does that
I mean,
surprise you, like as a driver or even as a broadcaster? Does that surprise you?
it was a little bit funny, Vic, because I feel like everybody did a really good job being cautious on the start, and everybody got away smoothly. And there were a couple instances, just guys making little mistakes over curbs or whatever, and we saw some spins, cars in the grass. But for the most part, everybody did a good job, looking at the blue flags, getting out of the faster cars' way, being respectful, being careful. And I think that played into a lot of what happened. I think the first caution was kind of just, a freak thing, and I haven't got a chance to go watch what the accident was actually for. So it could have been, it could have been overreaction. Could have been, just one car stopped and we didn't necessarily need a yellow. But I think that probably contributed to the second yellow, getting everybody stacked up. Everybody kind of got their feet wet on what they could do, and it only takes one mistake. I think Logan said he spun over a curb or something and basically parked in the middle of the track. So that just happens at a place like the Roval that wouldn't necessarily happen at a big wide track like Coda, where there's plenty of runoff. But I mean, other than that, like I said, everybody was really, really respectful, really, really clean, smooth, and obviously, I would like to have been a little further ahead of Chad when we got down to the end of the race, but he raced me clean, and I appreciate everybody, having a good night. And obviously, we're thankful to come away with a win, and hopefully, the next couple of weeks, both with me in it and up here, we get to watch some good racing.
Yeah, next week Talladega. What do we think we should expect there?
Well, I think we should see a lot of what we saw at Daytona. We didn't get the broadcast really the whole Daytona thing, but from what I watched on it, it was a lot of trying to find a partner. And I mean, there were some crashes, but at the same time, it was kind of putting yourself in a good position where either you missed a crash, or you didn't lose your partner. I think the big thing was, we see pack racing in these Xfinity cars still here on iRacing, but having a partner that your car works well with, you guys can push, lead a line, whatever the case may be, or pull out when you want to was really key. And I think we're going to see a lot of that next week with Talladega being that extra lane wider.
Yeah, I completely agree. I hope that they go 4 wide for all of the laps. I'm a
We
little
would
bit
have a
crazy.
field day.
We would have a field day, as in we wouldn't actually know what to talk about, but we definitely have a lot to show. Just like tonight, there was a
yeah.
lot to show, but not a lot to talk about.
Well, and you get that at road course racing sometimes. There's plenty of cars battling, but the battles are usually pretty quick. It's not very often that a lot of the guys you see run side by side, corner after corner, just because that's not the way the road courses are designed necessarily. So I think obviously next week the big thing is going to be if we don't have a really big crash. I think a lot of guys are going to be in contention, run well, and have a shot to make some good racing happen next week.
Yeah, I completely 100% agree with that statement. I think that we'll see. Honestly, I think we'll see somebody that we wouldn't normally see win. I think we'll see them win.
I believe it. I look forward to it.
Yeah, I look forward to you being back up here in the broadcast booth for that one. And tonight I will do a sign off, even though I suck at these. So for Justin Krasinski, I'm Vic Bloom. This has been actually very entertaining. The Roval 100, the Elite JoinAPS series, of course. Shout out to both Elite and JoinAPS for allowing me to do this. Until next time,